It's been an absolutely beautiful day watching women's round one, now heading into the men's action. Cleland, shades of McFanning, I feel like, in his style and the way that he approached that wave.
Style is everything, isn't it? Just the way he carries his body, his arms, the way he hits the lip with so much power. He's had such a great upbringing surfing waves of consequence, real heavy, hollow type of conditions. In heat number one, rider in the red jersey, Alan Cleland Jr., belting the lip with authority. Off the bottom, great connection off the top. And the surfer from Pasquales lays down a stylish finish right off the top. Incredible start for Alan, but you know he's loving the power of Haleiwa today. This was that opener.
Yeah, definitely one of the standouts for me. I think he has such a mature approach as he floats through that lip line, has a lot of speed, and then really hammers this one home on that end section. So 3 turn combos from him. He's going to set the scoreline and the judges' scale for the heat.
And that's where you don't want to end up if you get stuck in the current.
Yeah, that buoy out there is a good indicator of swell coming and something to watch out for on a rising swell, just knowing when the bigger sets are going to arrive.
Michael Dunphy. Hard off the bottom, big vertical. Looking very interested in this inside track. He'll have to reset for the inside corner now. Sliding out again. And now he's looking for something big on the inside. Driving into the finishing move and going down. It just felt like every section towards the end of that wave was trying to throw him off.
Yeah, interesting wave for Michael. I think, one of the smaller waves as this thing starts to bowl up, like you said, just kind of battled with some lumps and bumps, almost disengaged the fins a number of times on this wave and kind of almost handbraked him when he was trying to meet that lip line. There he gets a little bit more vertical, comes through this one. This is where the wave kind of starts to die down a little bit as it hits that deeper water. There you mentioned that fin just kind of disengaging again. Looking pretty squirrely on this wave. Looks for this end section, pops up at him. And
so that wave will turn into a 4.0 for Dunphy. And now John Mell sets up the backhand. Hits the white water hard. Extended bottom turn, nice fan of water to the sky. Pushing hard on the open face, and Mel will continue to weave to try to get this inside track. And then we'll compare that to John's wave.
Yeah, John on his backhand, that first maneuver looking whippy, he really squirts a lot of water through those fins. He displaces a lot of water and has a lot of flow in his surfing. Looks like he's elected to go on a longer piece of equipment with that growing swell. We also know that John is a super tall, lanky guy.
Now here comes Billy Kemper. WSL wildcard ripping into the open face. It's a trademark top turn hook for Kemper. Mid-face bottom turn and a little slide on that power hack to finish on his feet.
Yeah, a lot of power displayed there from Billy. You can tell the way that he kind of tic-tac-toes through all those sections, stays in that top third, gathers a lot of speed when he hits the bottom and is able to dig that rail in. So this guy, when you see his name in the draw and he's in your heat, it's pretty terrifying. He throws a lot of water. He looks very active through the flat sections and then able to lay it on rail. So he's got a good read and tempo throughout this wave, Joe.
And there's that little ditch to slide on the finishing move for Kemper. One more angle from the water here, Ro.
Yeah, and you see how he compresses at the bottom and just kind of lays that rail. Every turn that he's doing, he's really emphasizing every maneuver that he's placing and looking down the line for something more. Gathers a lot of speed with that rail to rail, like that fin ditch. Like
this year, he was actually runner-up to his good friend Baron Mamiya just a couple of weeks ago. Here comes Al Cleland Jr. from Mexico. Big fan on that first strike. Getting down the line. Throws down the carve off the top. Great start. And lays down a hammer to finish. Alan doing incredibly well. 3 turns with variety. He has that rad style that you would dream of having as a surfer. And he's just taking the lead.
Backing up that 5.83 that he had. Really enjoyed that first swoop from him. And then the way that he drops down and renegotiates for that second turn. Also love the maneuver choice that he was able to lay down on this closing section. Just lays the hammer there. So solid surfing, and I think we even have a bit more space in El's repertoire to really open up in this heat as the time goes down, because now he has 2 solid rides under his feet and he can have the opportunity to kind of have some fun with it. Really has had the pick of the lineup so far as we watch Billy take this. Ooh, awkward.
Tough fall there for Kemper. Anytime you see someone fall or go down, look at your screen in the upper left-hand corner. You can see where the priority lies. P is first choice. Makes it interesting to follow the heat. Here comes John using that first priority. Nice frame vertically on the back end. Hits it off the lip again. And putting together a solid series of back-end turns. Had a bit of whitewater to deal with, but stays on his feet. As we go back to this wave row.
I love the way John is driving through his backhand turns here. It can be so easy on your backhand to kind of place your board and really rely on the power of the wave to push you through. But there's that added effort that John's giving through those maneuvers. As he lines it up, squares it up, frames it. I like that use of phrase that you had there for a backhand maneuver, Joe, because that's what it's all about on your backhand. You kind of just using your arms as the target and your head and your shoulder.
Live action, taking a big drop is Billy Kemper. Hard off the bottom and laying into an aggressive top turn. Gigantic wall of water just shutting down in front of him.
Those were huge maneuvers. Replay from Billy, huge wall in front of him. He lays that rail in, and this wave just kind of freight trains out on without him and kind of closes out. He does the dive bomb. Look at these waves that are coming through. Biggest set of the day, I'd have to say. See Billy just bearing that rail. I mean, Billy is a big guy, and that wave is making him look pretty small.
A lot of sense that Billy would jock into one of the bigger sets of the matchup. Stretching out the bottom turn, hammering it off the lip is John Mel. Nice sweep again and throwing some water off the top. What a great read from Mel. Mind giving him a shaka. He was so stoked on the size of that one. What about John's?
Yeah, John just biding his time on the bottom there. This is a 2-turn combo opportunity for John, and he does it so well. So solid surfing from all of our surfers. We'll have to wait and see. Michael Dunphy's been kind of left out the back to his own devices. He does have priority, so we'll see if he can answer back. But this wave from John Mel, 2-turn combo as he eyes off this section right here, kind of swoops through that second maneuver.
And now Al Cleland will mix up his opening maneuver. Little layback fading carve to start on this one. A lot of foam on the face, but he still is interested in finishing with that airdrop into the flats.
It is good to see this emerging talent. I'm so impressed with this kid, though. Al Cleland Jr., I mean, he's not a kid anymore. He's doing man hacks like this, laying into it. So he's taken the lead, already got that 717 and the 5 in his scoreline, I think.
Back to Kemper. Needs a 685. Little drawn off carve off the lip of that wave, and he'll throw the fins out, trying to regain control.
Sometimes you can be left out of the rhythm as Billy. I really appreciate the way that Billy doesn't burn off any speed when he's going for a huge maneuver. And those two moves right there, really solid, really finessed that first one with a lot of aggression. Had to fight through the whitewater on that last move. But Billy, the way that he goes into his maneuvers with a lot of speed, he doesn't burn anything off and kind of safety anything. He's always just attacking the wave.
Such a fierce competitor. Loves a challenge. Never gives up. Now Dunphy. Bowly section, plays with the lip, and that's going to put him behind. So a couple of ways for Dunphy where he's kind of had to find his feet through turns. Torque, yeah, hard. As we look to see what happened on Dunphy's wave here.
Yeah, Michael goes up for that vertical approach, gets hung up in that lip line. Doesn't quite get the re-entry into that wave he would have wanted, and that was his priority that he used on that wave. You know, you're always thinking about the local wild card and how intimidating that is, but I definitely think John's got his wits about him as you see Al paddling in on this one. 1
minute to go. Allen setting up that insane forehand. Every first turn has been exciting to watch. Coming from behind the section or throwing down an open face hook. He's winding up again, drills it with a big layback. A ton of water flying off the back of that one. Impressive performance from our surfer from Mexico. 7-3-3, 7-1-7 already. It's almost like he wasn't really confined to any sort of criteria. He was loose and radical. So John Mel with priority. Looks like he's in a great position to shut this one down. 7-5-7 and a 5-1-0. Local wild card upset in the first round. Kemper with the third position, and Mike Dunphy will exit out in fourth. Pumping conditions here at Haleiwa, and Cleland will enjoy that win with a 15.23 total. Coming up next, Cam Richards takes on Justin Becret, Maikai Berdine, and Ryan Calnalo. We'll be right back.